Hey there! Today we're going to address the elephant in the room. In the cornfield. The costs associated with Drainage Act projects. I mean, there's a lot to cover. From labor and materials, to engineering, to allowances, to permits, and all the other smaller costs that add up. We all have a responsibility to pitch in on these, everyone in the watershed. It's a user pay system, plain and simple, and it's the engineer's job to figure out how much each property will contribute. But we're not just pulling numbers out of thin air. Oh no! At Headway, we use the time-tested principles first introduced by Herb Todgham, a revolutionary who standardized land assessments back in the 1980s by focusing on fairness for all when determining cost sharing. We brought these principles into the 21st century by using modern topographical tools to break down the complexity of a drainage project into bite-sized chunks called intervals, whether it's a stretch of drain, a culvert crossing, or any other defined area. By breaking down the project into intervals, we can more effectively analyze and assess the costs associated with each section. It's important to remember that assessments are based entirely on the lands and roads themselves, not the landowners. So things like your financial situation or relationship with your neighbors aren't a factor here. Everyone in the liable watershed contributes, whether your land is directly affected by drainage issues or not. Though what you contribute may be different from your fellow landowners. Also, municipal drains aren't funded by general tax funds. They're like special levies specific to the properties liable for assessment. It's a targeted approach that ensures those who use the drain or benefit from the drainage system contribute their fair share. But what if a landowner, public utility, or road requests something special in the design of the new drainage system? Well, these would be special costs within that interval. We ensure these costs are identified and allocated only to those stakeholders responsible for those special enhancements. After we've sorted out the special stuff, it's time to divvy up the rest of the costs. Part of the cost sharing is based on how much each property will use the new drainage works. That is, how much water runs off their land into the new drain. This part of the cost is called the outlet liability and is shared by everyone. But there is also the benefit assessment, which only applies to properties that will directly benefit from the new drain. Their share of this part of the cost is based on how much their land will benefit from the drainage work in ways like increased land value, better crop yields, and even improved water management. This keeps the cost sharing fair and equitable. The engineer calculates these costs for each interval of the project. This information is then organized into a table in the drainage report. Keep in mind that you might also qualify for government grants or other special allowances. After these are subtracted from your assessed amount, you're left with your net expense, or the amount you are actually chipping in. The assessment process is not a mysterious labyrinth of uncertainty. It's a well-oiled machine guided by principles of fairness and equity. So rest easy, my friends, knowing that we're here to guide you every step of the way. In the next video, we'll continue on this path and dive even deeper into the details of the actual tools engineers use to make these assessments. See you there!